Welcome to Stargate SG1 for the first time. Still not a Star Trek podcast. My name is Jeff Aiken, and I am watching Stargate SG1 for the first time.
And I'm Brent Allen, and I'm watching Stargate SG1 for the 47th time. But for the first time, I am looking for those Star Trek-like sci-fi messages, you know, those things that tell us mirrors to society.
Yeah.
They tell us how we can be better human beings to each other. They give us a hope for the future.
So now that you know what we're doing, let's get right to it. We're going to be watching Solitudes.
I like the speed of how we're zipping into these.
We're just getting
days.
into this.
Yeah,
I am eager to get to. So a lot of times we've
slow your roll. Pull your expectations back, son.
Right. We've often, for like Babylon 5, we watch the show, we dissect the show, we analyze the show. It's great. I love doing it.
Yeah.
But it's also, I get so eager to just hit go on
Let's
the
just
next
go.
episode.
Yeah, yeah.
So let's do that.
Yeah.
We're watching Solitudes. Brent, tell us about this one.
Yeah, so this is episode 18, Solitudes. Original air date, February 6th, 1998.
Wow.
Rolling right along. This show is written by show creator Brad Wright.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so not bad writing credits there.
Right.
Also, the show is directed by Martin Wood. Stargate SG1 fans out there should recognize the name Martin Wood. Martin Wood is a name you're going to want to know, Jeff.
Okay.
He's going to be around for a long time, like to the tune of 75 episodes.
Wow.
He's also going to become a producer on the show. He's going to be very, very involved with that. You're also going to meet a new guy on screen today for the first time, Sergeant Siler. Sergeant Siler is going to be like the chief of maintenance around the SGC.
Oh, okay.
Sergeant Siler is played by a guy named Dan Shea. There was an episode in Babylon 5 where like I rewound it because I could have sworn that it was Dan Shea who was playing this particular part. Dan Shea is actually the stunt coordinator on SG1.
Really?
Yeah, like but he appears as this.
That's cool.
There is an inside joke, and I don't know if they do it in this episode, so I'm going to be looking for it. But there's an inside joke that usually with Sergeant Siler, Martin Wood, the director, makes a cameo, and they have this big honking huge wrench just for no reason.
Right.
Like it's like look for it in the background. So I'm going to see if it's I don't know when that particular inside. It's like the 47 joke in Star Trek. They just sort of slip it in.
Big old wrench.
Yeah. Just a big old silver wrench, but it's Sergeant Siler and then this shorter, darker haired dude.
Okay.
Hanging out with him.
Cool.
So we'll see if we can't find it for that. So yeah, with that, let's go ahead and jump on in to today's episode. If you guys are just joining us, because every episode is somebody's first one, here's how this is going to work. We're going to go watch this episode right now. Like, we're not going to go away and watch it and take some notes and maybe watch it a second time and digest it and spend some time with the family. And then we're going to reschedule time to come back. No. We're going to watch it right now. And if you're joining us on Patreon or YouTube, you're going to get the reaction video of Jeff and I watching this episode. Jeff for the first time, me for the first time looking for the messages. And if you want the full unedited version, that version is the Patreon version. So make sure you head over to patreon.com/Babylon5 first, or check the link below for updated URLs at any point. That address could change.
And if you're one of our incredible listeners that has a podcast app open right now, we're about to jump forward in time. We're going to join you here in a few seconds after we've watched the episode. And when we come back, I'm going to share my for the first time reactions, and Brent will dive into any of the sci-fi messages that he found in Solitudes. Brent, let's start this thing.
I like it.
Here we go, right with the gate.
Always a good episode when they start with the gate opening or just rotating, doing whatever. Is it an incoming or outgoing wormhole, Jeff? What do you think?
Incoming traveler.
You know, I'm pretty sure if I was standing right next to the gate, as soon as it started moving, I would clear the area.
You'd clear it?
As soon as it started moving.
I think as soon as it started moving, I would fill my pants. No!
They just went through.
I love how that dude just sounds amazed about everything.
Whoa. Hammond, get out of the way. This is not going to count as a death scene for Daniel. He's not dead.
Where are Colonel O'Neill, Captain Carter?
They are dead.
I do not know.
Are they stuck in the wormhole?
I like how you can see the rings from where the whoosh like carved out of the ice.
Through the hole. Yeah, that's cool.
And that whoosh is just like it disintegrates everything, you know?
I hope at some point someone's standing in its way. That'd be gross.
Be a hell of a way to commit suicide.
Right?
I'm not making light of that.
Just not one you hear about very often.
Yeah, it'd be effective.
Is that Sam?
Yeah.
They're in an ice cave. Jack's down.
Apparently some other planet.
So the Solitude's going to be them on Hoth, apparently.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Yes. Forget the Star Trek references. These are all Star Wars references now.
Carter. Yeah, try to stay put, sir. I think your leg's broken.
Is this going to be
No, my leg's definitely
Odo and female changeling Kira stuck in the cave?
What's the bad news?
That'd be upsetting.
Because unless they've redecorated the gate room, I don't think we're in Kansas anymore.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
Must have misdialed.
So that's not where they were.
I mean, this place is a wrong number.
They got misdirected.
Oh, for crying out loud.
There's one. There's one.
It's been a while since we've had a good crying out loud.
That'll be 24 hours, General minimum.
Captain Carter and Colonel O'Neill do not have that long.
I'll give you half that.
No, sir, it doesn't work that way. 24 hours is the best I can do.
Then you better get
All right,
back to it.
Scotty.
Yes, sir.
That's a direct shot at Star Trek.
Yeah. You can't. You got to do it faster. No, I literally cannot.
This is how long it takes
I
me to do.
gave you the best estimate already.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I wasn't holding
Yeah.
back.
Yeah, this is not the, good Lord, son. You want them to think you're a miracle worker. You don't tell them how long it'll actually take.
You don't have that buffer time built in.
Right, right. I mean, I do appreciate about B'Elanna. She said it to Janeway, early Voyager. She's like, I'll give you half that. And she's like, no, ma'am, I don't overestimate. Like, if I say 2 hours, it's going to take 2 hours. Like,
What it is.
yeah. That is Sergeant Siler right there.
Okay.
Get to know him. Dan Shea, the name of the actor, / stunt coordinator.
Colonel! Found it!
The dialer?
Found what?
The
Jeff,
DHD!
would you please get the terminology right, son?
And I'm not doing this right. I know.
I figure the glacial flow must have separated the Stargate from its dial home device. But it looks like it might be intact.
We just got to melt all the ice around it.
God.
No, it's just me, Sam. I told you. I mean, the good news is after you break a bone or you have an injury like that, they tell you to ice
If it
it.
doesn't work, we can use the
So he's got that
chopped
covered.
ice to melt drinking water. The Stargate malfunctioned. We got sent to this planet. Daniel and Teal'c got sent to another one.
What's for?
There is no 4.
There's got to be a 4. Yep.
Not this time, Colonel.
We'll assume they made it back to Earth. They'll start sending search parties.
Functionally for them, there's no difference between 2 and 3.
Here, I hope.
At this point, it doesn't matter where Daniel
Where
and
would they
Teal'c are.
begin? They have no idea
Well,
where we are.
If they go back
With all
home
the
to
possible
Earth, then they have the
Stargates, a
resources
random
of
search
Stargate
could easily
Command.
take 10 years.
But wouldn't Stargate Command start
Here first.
looking for him anyway if they didn't come
Even
back
if
or check
all
in?
SG teams started searching right now, the mathematical probability of them even...
Captain?
Don't tell me the odds. Yes, Captain.
I think too much.
So far, great leadership lessons from Jack O'Neill here.
There you go.
Reset and stand by. She's all yours, General.
I've often wondered why he got the role here. Like, did they just need somebody and they're like, hey, go put a costume on, it's you.
I
Read
see
these
that.
lines. You're already here, we're already paying
Already
you.
paying you, yeah.
SG3 and I are ready and awaiting your orders, General.
Chevron
It's funny to me that
You don't actually think they'd give up their transmitter
Well,
codes to the enemy, do you?
we're dialing now and they have a defense team standing by.
I do not believe they would do so.
That is not the planet we visited. Oh, yeah, it is. There's the other mount.
Jack or Sam, but no evidence they got into a firefight either.
There's those energy weapons.
Use the iris. Disengage the Stargate.
I don't think it's any, I think it's a defense
SG3,
system that's
stand
there.
down. The rescue mission is scrubbed.
General.
That's not safe. I mean, that's
Yeah.
pretty cut and dry right there. It's gonna be interesting to see how they work backwards to figure this out.
A little more, I'm almost through.
Come on now.
It is possible they may have perished within the wormhole.
They're with the prophets.
Right.
Jeez, they're gone, I know.
I would almost be operating on the assumption that because the Stargate overloaded and blew up and got shut down,
If
they ended up
are
hitting
alive.
nothing. Like the wormhole closed
There's
with
the
them in
least
it.
remote possibility that this malfunction sent them to a different Stargate.
Was it not, Captain Carter?
They're actually
Deduce
stored in the
possible
buffer of the
combination
Stargate.
Stargate symbols numbered in the millions.
The buffer pattern.
Yeah.
Well, we have to narrow it down.
Come on, guys.
They're on the same path.
Let's see just how smart Daniel really is. Can he come up to Sam level smart?
I feel like they're stuck in an escape room. They just have a few weird little clues that don't seem to make a lot of sense together yet.
Right.
Hey, I got to the button.
Colonel. Serpent card.
Oh.
That's no
See what you
good.
think?
You think?
Just a pro tip.
Okay, this is P4A
Don't chip him out.
771.
Yeah,
This
maybe
is
just leave him in the
yeah.
ice.
Positive to negative, like electricity, right?
Except for the fact that the whole trip happens outside our dimension. Yeah, more or less.
Okay. What?
Yes, but also no.
Jumped or anywhere along here.
You're suggesting we search all these worlds?
Yep.
Well, at least we've narrowed an entire galaxy of Stargates down to a handful of possibilities.
Send a bunch of 2-person teams. Split up.
Literally, it's like stick your head through the gate.
Yeah.
Are they here? Nope. All right, let's go back.
Some 2-person
This one has to
teams.
be
Get
the
some of the
point of origin.
probes.
Never seen it before.
Get as many out as you can. Jack's not doing. Oh, he's coughing, and there's blood. The universal TV signs for "I'm about to die"
Here goes.
and
I
internal
got-
injuries.
What? Yeah. Oh.
He's got some juice. And
Damn it.
nothing.
Damn.
So you can't go anywhere unless you know what the point of origin is.
Did you dial the right address?
7th chevron, right?
Sleep for a few
Although
hours and
with all of their clothes on and the thick layers that they have,
Body
their
heat's
body
not
heat's not really doing much. They gotta go skin to skin.
Yep.
Really.
That's the way you do. Like again, hypothermic conditions.
Yeah.
If you have a blanket or something, you strip down, you go under the blanket and hug.
Colonel.
It's my sidearm, I swear.
Wow. Wow.
I've been trying to warm it up with the last of our cooking sternum, but that's about at it.
What's the bad news?
I love that he's cracking wise, you know, all the way to the end.
You need to heal. That's an order.
There you go.
I give the orders around here.
I'm the doctor.
Doctor's orders.
Yep. Probes are a certain. Nope, they look surprised. Oh, yikes.
Major Captain requires medical attention.
Yeah, he does.
Medical team to the embarkation room.
Everything that dude says is like just so high draw. Like, perfect. He's great.
I am ready to embark again.
They like the word embark.
I'm
Embark.
calling the search off.
What?
This was the last of the planets that fit your theory, Doctor.
It's been what, a few days? I mean, what if we stopped just short of finding them?
I'm sorry.
Super pragmatic.
The last planet that fits his theory.
So, new theory. Trace it to the Stargate.
Reset. Why didn't I think? Hey, Colonel, I'm gonna interrupt the power. I'm gonna shut it all off and turn it on again.
There you go.
Hello, IT. Have you tried
Right?
turning it off and turning it back on again?
She called the IT crowd.
That's literally what she just did. We had to do that to the router earlier today.
We did.
Trying to get all this to work. Hopefully it turns back on. Wouldn't that suck if it just didn't turn
Right.
back
It's
on?
like, oh, we're so much worse off.
How long do you think it takes for the DHD and the Stargate to boot up? Like, the older my computer gets, the longer it takes.
Yeah.
How old are these two devices?
Thousands.
Yeah, although apparently that's a pretty quick boot.
Whoa.
Daniel thinking about something? Oh. So she was almost connected. First time they got back to something apparently, right? Did you notice the lights on the Stargate and SGC had lit
We're
up?
kind of coming up too.
Yeah. Think about it, Daniel.
Why are you
It's right there. It's
Think
right
about
there.
it. It's on the tip.
I couldn't sleep. I was thinking that I must be missing something, and now
Have you figured it out yet?
I have not.
You have no working theory of what the answer is right now?
I have a couple.
What? Give me a couple.
No. Like I'm going to be an idiot. I don't want to look so stupid.
Give me a couple. Give me one. Give me your best working theory of what is right now.
What I'm working off of right now is that this Stargate on Hoth is well, you know, as I say, it's the thing that sent the power surge. Like there was a thing because it's clearly it burnt it out. I don't know what it is that Daniel can realize from that though.
Yeah.
The only thing I'm thinking is like he's going to put together. We came through on a big power surge. I just noticed this thing happening. How do I work backwards to trace where that came from?
All right. So reverse engineer. What's that thing they do in Star Trek? We're gonna simulate. We're gonna do all the same conditions again and make it happen all over again so we can use it.
You do that, yeah. But first we have to reverse the polarity.
Right. Exactly. Exactly.
we ruled out a world we shouldn't have.
Oh.
Is it it's that simple?
They ruled out a world they shouldn't have.
Why did they rule it out?
It didn't work.
Well, that's what he doesn't know why. They did for some reason. He's got to figure out what that reason was.
I know why.
How many Earth-based cultures
Or are they
have
going
we
to come
encountered
out
from other worlds from periods
and it's
both
just a
before and
Stargate,
after we think
another
the
Stargate on
was buried?
Earth?
Several.
I'm sorry, what?
What if she comes out and realizes they're on Earth? It's just another Stargate on Earth. That'd be something. I mean, it's clearly shot on Earth.
I like the way you logicked that together.
That's where they're filming, so why not?
Yeah.
How many Earth-based cultures have we encountered from other worlds from periods both before and after we think the Stargate was buried? With various theories of parallel or accelerated...
What's your point, Doctor?
He keeps getting cut off. It's great.
What if there's a second Stargate here?
Oh, look at
What
that!
if this energy surge caused the wormhole to jump from one Stargate to another here?
On Earth?
Yes.
I can't effing believe you just said that. Like, I cannot believe you just said that.
I'll tell you what gave it away. Is just the way they'd positioned the camera when she was climbing out.
Yeah.
And you could kind of just get that blue sky.
Yeah.
Sort of a thing.
I think it revealed to you exactly the way it was supposed to reveal to you.
Mm-hmm, exactly.
Because you literally had no clue until this moment.
Until
right
the
here.
moment she came climbing out.
And you suspected it, and then immediately following Daniel just confirmed it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the story worked exactly as it was designed.
Yeah. It's good writing, right?
Yeah.
Like I said, this is written by a show guy, right? Show creator.
It's going to come out to Santa's workshop. That's how he gets all the toys.
I can't see the surface yet. It looks like it just keeps going up.
It was an honor serving with
You know, it's so rare that anyone says that in any kind of military sci-fi show, and then they actually die.
Exactly. It's like
It's so rare.
just like coughing blood was evidence he had internal injuries. Saying that is evidence he's going to
Could have
live.
even been buried until recently, otherwise the Gould would have continued to use it. When we first opened our Stargate, it used to shake a lot. I mean, the ground, the whole facility.
Since then, we've installed frequency dampeners that limit that to only a slight vibration.
I love, because you remember when the whole thing, everything would shake. We can't keep doing that for however many episodes of this we're going to make. We're just going to stop.
Yeah.
And now they gave us an in-universe reason for it. I love it.
It's great.
I love when they do stuff like that.
Like, and we can even make
What
it
if
part of the
second gate
story.
doesn't have those? Would it shake enough to indicate its location on a seismometer?
Damn right it would.
Vibration.
Because there is a lot of seismic activity at any given moment
What
on
happens
this
when you dial your
planet.
own phone number? Wrong person to ask. What happens when you dial your own phone number?
You get a busy signal.
Exactly.
That's
What
why
else
it
could
hung
cause
up.
A vibration like that unless they were trying to dial home. They couldn't get through.
Although this would suck coming out of that,
And seeing this,
what she just did. Like,
you're just in the middle of a
what
desert.
I did all of that to get up here.
Yes, sir. It's only about 50 miles out of McMurdo.
General permission. Granted. Order McMurdo Station to begin search of those coordinates now.
It's an ice planet. All there is, as far as the eye can see.
I like the assumption that
The whole planet.
the whole planet is everything that you can see.
Because every planet is just one climate zone, except Earth.
Yes.
That is pretty much how it is in most of sci-fi, though.
Yes. The one alien race is monocultured.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
On a planet that
Yes.
has one
like
temperature.
all of Vulcan is like crappy desert,
Yeah.
whatever. And
It's all right. You can sleep now.
She's letting him go.
yeah.
It was an honor serving with you too,
Mm.
Colonel.
Mm-hmm. I love the variation on the Stargate theme in the score right now.
It's got that hopeful,
Yeah.
Sam.
the horns of hope
She's gonna be
playing
okay. You're
the
gonna be
theme.
okay.
As is Colonel O'Neill. Let's get them in the chopper.
Hey, there you go.
Get to the chopper.
Well, look,
He's
It's-
bleeding internally.
Hammond in the
Captain.
parka.
Don't worry, he's going to be
Oh,
all right.
yeah.
the opening credits.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
General, you came through the Stargate for us.
Not
Yeah,
exactly,
sure.
Captain.
Right here.
Yep,
That's the
scene,
shot
right?
right
Yep.
there. It is nice seeing Hammond off the base.
It is.
You know?
Getting some field work in.
The lights are glowing.
Oh, and that's the episode.
And there you go.
All right.
Jeff, you've just watched Solitudes for the first time. I would just like to point out, I'm seeing your notes. I'm not reading them right now, but just you had significantly more notes for the episode Singularity
Mhm.
than you do for this episode Solitudes.
Yeah.
So take us through it. What is your first time reaction to Solitudes?
I would love to say that I have less notes here because I've become so much more efficient at my note taking.
Yes.
The reality is I have very few notes because nothing happened in this episode. This episode tried so hard to build tension and high drama, right? Jack is broken. He's bleeding internally. He's going to die. There's their save. The thing to save them is right there. There's the DHD. There's the Stargate. Sam can't figure it out. Oh my gosh, what's going to happen? You got Daniel trying to solve the mystery with just breadcrumbs of information at this point. But at no point was I ever actually worried that anything bad was going to happen.
How could you be when you know that they're on the DVD cover?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's just a product of knowing that this series goes on for so many more seasons. I don't know what it would have been like watching it for the first time, but I think a lot of sci-fi, you know, Voyager did this, Enterprise did this a bunch.
Yeah.
Where it's like, hey, the main people are in so much danger. What's going to happen? What's going to happen? Nothing's going to happen.
Well, it's how they get out of it.
And and I think the mystery in this one was interesting. And I thought that here's the positive in the whole thing. We hit it just near the end. Literally, you're like, hey, what are your theories? And I'm like, well, this Stargate, that's the thing. Like, it's doing something with the energy and some weird thing. And then Sam starts executing plan B where she's going to climb out. And I was like, what if there's just another Stargate on Earth? And they're on Earth. There's no rule that there can only be one. And then like 14 seconds later, Daniel was like, there's another Stargate on Earth.
Right.
And they start looking. Turns out they're turns out they're in Antarctica.
Yeah.
So I mean, it was cool. Like the writing was excellent. It took you right along at the exact moment. The timing was really good. The character stuff between Jack and Sam was heartfelt. A lot of high points for Jack, just cracking wise to the very end, really showing his leadership skills in a really big way. But maybe, I don't know. Like I want to say what my favorite thing was. It's either the timing of the mystery or the fact that it took her over 12 hours to realize she just needed to turn the thing off and on again. Yeah, I wish I had more to say on this one. I mean, it was a high drama, tried to be a high drama episode. There was not character development, but character bonding that kind of occurred. We got a little more insight into the relationship with Jack and his ex-wife Sarah, which was cool. I said in there too that I'm really fascinated by their relationship between Cold Lazarus and this. Like both of them obviously really care about each other still.
Yeah.
That doesn't necessarily mean they're going to be a good, married couple,
or that they could get back together or
anything like that. Yeah. So I'm excited to see just how that relationship develops for us, and we get to kind of see more of it. But
I would just say, don't hold your breath on that one.
Oh,
sorry, not to pour water on that one, but
that's fair, because I would have been holding out for it,
yeah,
because I think it's an interesting concept.
Yeah,
that TV doesn't take into too often. I think TV most often either completely dismisses any tension between a separated couple, or they hate each other. But to have one where it's like actually like, hey, we still really care about each other, and we're still going to continue some form of a relationship would be really interesting. But probably not what's going to happen here, is what I'm hearing. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure some people are upset. Those are my first time reactions, but I'm nervous about getting to the ranking. But my initial, just talking through it right now, reaction was, hey, it was a fine episode. I don't think it achieved exactly what it was trying to. What about you? Did you get any sci-fi messages out of this one?
Nothing that I think the episode was trying to tell us.
Yeah.
Like this was, I'm going to push back on you. I think this was a high drama episode.
Yeah.
I think we can agree or disagree on whether or not it successfully achieved that high drama. But I do think it was a high drama. I think there is a lot of, I think we see a lot more of the personal growth between Jack and Sam.
Mm-hmm.
I think we see once again a furthering of exactly how much the 4 members of SG1 mean to each other.
Yeah.
We saw that back in Fire and Water when we thought that Daniel was dead, and the 3 were just like freaking out over the whole thing. The mystery of, I love the mystery of it. Like when you said, I don't know what I love more. It's the mystery. It's the, what is going on? What is going on? They unveiled just enough at just the right time in just the right way. In the right, I mean, I think the writing was fantastic in this. Brad Wright did a phenomenal job. And as you understood the truth in the exact moment you were supposed to catch it.
Right? That's pretty amazing.
I think you did so good with that. I was really happy to see you catch that. Like, I didn't feel slighted at all. I'm just really glad that you caught that at the right time. Like, if you would have said it earlier on, oh, they're in Antarctica. Oh my gosh. Like, you still were like, oh, they're in the North Pole. And no, actually they're on the other side.
Yeah.
Right. But as far as chevrons, I mean, you could pull stuff out. You always got to maintain hope. As long as you have hope, you can survive. Never give up. That's not the point of this show. This was, I think, furthering an idea. There's more than one Stargate.
Yeah.
And again, the Goa'uld did not build the Stargate system. And there's more going on than what we have ever thought possible before. And yeah, now there's a second Stargate on Earth where apparently the 7th chevron is not one that we have ever seen before. Also, what you realize, and I would think that a culture as advanced that can build the Stargate system, there would be a specific spot on every DHD, which is the 7th chevron.
Right? Yeah.
Not, oh, look for the one that you haven't seen before, that and try to figure it out. Like, nope, this is it right here, and then find the rest of them.
Mm-hmm.
But apparently they didn't do that, so whatever. 0 chevrons for me, unfortunately. But I will remind people who are freaking out right now who love this episode, like me, chevrons have absolutely nothing to do with how much we enjoyed the episode. Jeff, you get to put this episode into its enjoyment factor. Before you do that, I would like to show you one thing.
Okay.
It is well, I got to set this up for our listening audience as well as our video audience. Shows have outtakes.
Yeah.
Shows have special features on the DVD. I would like to show you what is potentially Brent's personal favorite outtake almost anywhere of any show ever.
Wow.
And
okay.
It's from this episode.
Okay.
So we're going to take a moment to watch that. And hopefully the audio podcast at least gets to listen to this the entire way through. So let's see if I can make this go here.
There you go.
And, oh, you know what? I should probably
you need to show it.
do this over here. There we go. All right. So just to set the scene, they're on top of the DHD trying to dig it out.
Okay.
That's where they are, right?
This is
She's
when
got
she's
the ice pick.
mhm.
Yeah. All right. And the voice you are about to hear is the director, Martin Wood.
Okay.
Okay.
I remember the biggest one that I set up was the very first show I directed, where we were chipping away at the ice. In one of O'Neill's lines is, "I don't know what to do." And she just looks at him and goes,
You spent 7 years on MacGyver and you can't figure this one out? we got belt buckles and shoelaces and a piece of gum. Build a nuclear reactor, for crying out loud. You used to be MacGyver, McGadget, McGimmick. Now you're Mr. McUseless. Dear God. Stuck on a glacier with MacGyver.
She spent real time figuring that one.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And in fact, that was set up by the director to do that. Like, that's good stuff. That is good stuff. So, Jeff, so the question comes to you. How much did you enjoy the episode? You have often surprised me with your rankings. I have a feeling you may surprise me again. Our top 5 currently on the SG1, season 1, 100% completely accurate. First time watchers ranking is number 1 is Torment of Tantalus. 2 is The Nox. 3 correctly is Endgame.
Enigma.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Enigma. I'm looking far away to have my glasses on. 4 is Cole Lazarus. 5 is Core Eye. And then we got Brief Candle, Bloodlines, Broken Divide, Children of the Gods, Thor's Hammer, Singularity. Jeff, where do you place this one, Solitudes?
I think you've made it pretty... It's very clear to me what you think of this episode. I imagine a lot of the community probably feels close to the same.
Yes.
I'm going to say that... I'm going to invoke a name that many people here listening have heard a couple times, and that is Matt.
Yes.
From the Beam Me Up podcast. Right? Great
Yes.
podcast.
Yes.
Actually, I mean...
I hear that's a good show.
For real.
I've never listened, but I hear it's a great show.
Never listened, but you only did it.
Beam Me Up, a Star Trek podcast.
Yeah. Which, seriously, the most unique way anyone has done a watch through the whole gamut of up to, 90s Trek. Check it out. Brent's co-host, Matt.
Link down below in the show notes, if we remember.
Yeah. But he literally all but crapped on the sacred cows of Star Trek. City on the Edge of Forever.
Yep.
Duet.
Yep.
The Visitor.
Yep.
Right? These just hallmark episodes. He's
Yep.
like,
Yeah.
I didn't get it. And you and I have talked about this a lot, where we have the benefit of having watched all of Star Trek.
Yeah.
Just the other day, we were talking about City on the Edge of Forever. And the reason that's such a great episode now, which honestly it isn't, but when
The knives are coming out,
I know.
Jeff.
It just, it doesn't hold up. It doesn't hold up.
Yeah.
Go watch it. It doesn't.
Yeah.
But what saves it is we know what Kirk, Spock, and McCoy become.
Yeah.
And to see them in this point, it's amazing. It's awesome.
Yeah.
In the time, and you don't know stuff, it's like, I don't know.
Yeah. For our Star Trek people, I would even go to Duet. Duet's the one that always sticks out in my mind when I think about this one, because Duet's just...
It's objectively a great episode.
Right. It's end of season 1, Deep Space Nine. It's Kira Nerys and the judge from Ghostbusters 2 in a room talking. And it's a phenomenal episode. It's acting, it's writing, it's pacing. That episode, I think, only truly works when you're thinking of season 7 Kira Nerys, not season 1 Kira Nerys. And when Matt met Kira and watched that episode, he only knew of season 1 Kira Nerys. I think you and I, Jeff, are experiencing similar things with Babylon 5, particularly in the earlier seasons, season 1, season 2, even a little bit of season 3. People are thinking season 5, Ivanova and Sheridan and Londo and Jakar, and we haven't got there yet.
Yeah.
For those characters.
Yeah, I've been, in recent, at the time we're recording this, I've been getting flayed alive.
And rightly so.
For my opinion on one character.
Yes.
Which I don't think is rightly so. I think my opinion is correct.
What's actually really been funny, Jeff, is watching it. So many people just, as you say, flaying you alive. And then, like, within a couple of episodes, they're like, actually, I kind of agree.
Right?
Actually, he's got a good point.
Yeah. There's just
Jeff's like, vindication.
Exactly. It feels so good. But I just bring all that up, and I appreciate the time on the rabbit hole, because where I'm going to put it is going to upset some people.
Yes.
I just want to put that out there.
Yes.
It's not me saying this is a bad episode. I'm also acknowledging that there's going to come a time I'm going to watch this again, and I'm probably going to be like, I can't believe I put it there. Like, oh my gosh, this was great. But right
as you
now,
did with, and see, I'm just holding, you can place this anywhere, because I know within less than 24 hours, you incorrectly placed Enigma, and then you put it where it should belong.
It did.
So go ahead. Where are you going to put it?
I don't see that happening with this one. I'm just going to be really honest. I'm going
to send you back to your hotel tonight and make you watch this again on your own.
You need to watch this until you change your mind. So here's the deal.
Yeah.
I'm going to put it where it's going.
Okay.
Feel free to @ me. I don't care. This
at Jeff Aiken at Stargate SG1,
right?
FTFT.com.
Yeah. Brent, this is going to be our new number 11, right under Thor's hammer.
Under Thor's hammer, above Singularity. We talked about last time when we did Singularity, there's this line of divide between the good episodes and the bad episodes.
Yep.
And you said Singularity was in the good episodes, but down at the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
So you're placing this in the good episodes, just above the last good episode.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
And I'll tell you, I struggled with above or below Singularity on where it landed.
I mean, I'm just going to say here, I'm looking at it right now. You have Broken Divide, Children of the Gods, Thor's Hammer, and Solitudes. For Brent would say that's a pretty good run of episodes right there.
Yeah.
So
I don't think it's bad.
Yeah.
Like, I agree. And it's still there, right?
Yeah.
There are literally what? There are literally 1, 2, 3, there are 5 episodes.
Yeah.
Out of the 17 that we've done, 5 that are like, yeah, those are not good episodes. Everything above it, good episode.
So I'm going to point this out. Rate SG1's season. You're not even to the end of the season yet. But at this point, rate SG1 season 1 compared to TNG season 1, Voyager season 1, Deep Space Nine season 1, and Babylon 5 season 1, Battlestar, like compared to any other season 1s. Like,
I'm not going to compare it to Battlestar Galactica because that one gets weird because there was the miniseries and there was a first season and some stuff happened.
Yeah.
But TNG, terrible first season.
Yeah.
Deep Space Nine, mostly terrible first season.
Yep.
Voyager, decent first season.
Yeah.
Great pilot. The first Star Trek pilot that was like, ooh,
Really
yeah,
good.
that's
Yeah,
good.
Yeah.
Enterprise, great pilot.
Yeah.
Decent first season.
Yeah.
Babylon 5, best first season in the 90s sci-fi that I can think of.
Okay.
Until maybe this moment.
Yeah.
So far, 17 episodes. We've got 4 more, right? Because the first 2 were 2.
Yeah.
Or the first one was 2. There are only 5 episodes that I'm like,
that you're like, I could care less about these episodes ever again.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I wouldn't say looking at those 5, 2 of them, Fire and Water and Enemy Within,
aren't horrible.
Aren't awful. I just don't want to watch them that often.
I'd say they're not, like, you got Fire and Water. You've got like 1 through like 8-ish, 9-ish that are just like, heck yes, awesome. Then you've got like 9, 10, 11, 12-ish that are like, yeah, it's good. It's good. Then you've got Fire and Water, Enemy Within, 13 and 14 that are like, yeah, not good, but okay.
Mm.
And then you've got not good.
Well, then you got offensively bad.
Yeah.
At the end.
At the very end, yeah.
Yeah.
I'd say like almost the last 2 offensively bad.
I understand. All right. Well, with that, Jeff has ranked the episode. And you know, the weird thing about rankings is every episode has to go somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
And it doesn't, even if it's at the bottom, doesn't mean you didn't like it.
Exactly.
It just means in the order, that's where you would prefer to see it again.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I'm sure within 24 hours, Jeff will watch it because your homework is to go home and watch this episode again and again until you raise that up to its proper level.
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
I'm sure you're going to do that. Well, that's it for Solitudes. Jeff, next time we're watching an episode called, remember I talked to you about the Wizard of Oz references?
Yeah.
Yeah. Tin Man.
Oh. Tin Man.
Venture a guess. What is Tin Man? I'm not saying that has anything to do with Wizard of Oz. It just...
Tin Man.
The name is there.
Tin Man. Well, there's we go down that Wizard of Oz path, something about heart, right? Maybe something about oil can. But I'm going to go out on a huge limb on this one.
Ooh. I like when you go out on limbs because they're
Could
often
be fun.
funny.
Somehow, maybe we're going to spend time on a Gould ship.
Mm.
We're going to be in space for this one. And in space, we are going to discover a life form we've never, ever thought of before. Let's say a life form they're going to call, I don't know, maybe something like a GOM2 is what they might call that.
A GOM2?
Yeah. And what they're going to find, they're going to see the same, not think it's a creature, they're going to think it's another ship and try and board it. And they'll be able to walk through, but then they're going to realize it's actually a living creature. And it's going to, like, you have these devastating waves that it spins around and destroys ships with.
Okay.
That is the Star Trek The Next Generation episode Tin Man.
Yes.
I just described.
Yes.
I have nothing else.
I was catching that.
Okay, good.
Just like,
Yeah.
Well, we will see. It has nothing to do with that. We'll see right here next time on SG1 for the first time. Thank you guys so much for joining us and hanging out with us. Whether you're doing the rewatch with us, doing the reaction video, or just listening to us on the podcast, you guys are amazing. You're awesome. Hey, wherever you are, please like, subscribe, share with a friend who needs to know all about Stargate SG1. Join Jeff on his first watch, or join me as we do the deep dive into actually looking for the messages that Stargate is trying to tell. I think we've come up with some really we're seeing that Stargate is beyond just telling a good story, is actually trying to say something as well, which I very much appreciate for that, especially, you know, from us hoity-toity Star Trek guys who just lord it over of what makes Star Trek so, well, we're a morality play. But we also do some good sci-fi, so I think that's what we're finding here with Stargate SG1. Thank you guys so much. Really appreciate you guys. We will see you next time. And until then, my name's Brent.
Whoa! Sorry about that. It's cool. It's cool. That was just my sidearm. I swear. I swear.
Oh, for crying out loud.